You know that person, right? The one who is always dreaming big. They've got these incredible ideas. They're going to launch a business or finally write that book. The vision is so clear. But then, year after year, nothing really changes.
I bet someone just popped into your head. Could be a friend, a coworker. Maybe, if we're being honest, it's the person in the mirror. And it's so frustrating, isn't it, to see all that potential just sitting there? But what if it's got nothing to do with being lazy?
Exactly. This isn't about a lack of desire or ambition. The truth is, there are some really deep, totally predictable psychological patterns that can keep us stuck in the dream phase, sometimes forever. So let's dive into what's really going on inside the mind.
It all starts with this fascinating idea called the dreamer's paradox. And it's this weird, counterintuitive thing our brain does where it actually feels better, more satisfying to just plan something than to actually get out there and do it. And this paradox, well, it's fueled by 6 hidden mental traps that keep us from taking action. As we go through these, I want you to think about which ones might sound a little familiar. Let's get started with the first one. Okay, so trap number 1 is what we call the illusion of progress. When you're just thinking about your big goal, maybe daydreaming about how great it'll be, your brain releases a little hit of dopamine. It feels good. It feels like you've already accomplished something, which, ironically, just kills the motivation you need to actually get started. I mean, think about that for a second. Your own mind can sabotage you. Just picturing yourself crossing the finish line can trick your brain into feeling like you've already run the race. It's a crazy powerful illusion. And you know what? We love that illusion because it keeps us safe from trap number 2, the hidden fear of failure. This isn't about not wanting to succeed. It's the opposite. It's about wanting it so badly that the thought of trying and failing is just terrifying. So you protect the dream by keeping it safe and sound in your imagination. And that really is the heart of it, isn't it? In your mind, that business idea is flawless. That novel is a masterpiece. But the second you take real action, you introduce the risk of imperfection, of struggle, of failure. Psychologically, it's just safer to keep the dream perfect by never putting it to the test. This fear of messing things up leads us right into trap number 3, the right moment miss. You know this one. It's that voice that says, I'll start when I have more time, or when I feel inspired, or when I'm 100% ready. We're always waiting for this perfect moment that, let's be real, never, ever shows up. And here's the idea that can completely flip your thinking. We believe we need to feel ready before we act. But the psychology shows it's the other way around. Action creates readiness. The confidence, the skill, the momentum, all of that comes after you take that first messy, imperfect step. Of course, while you're waiting for that right moment, you've got plenty of time for trap number 4, analysis paralysis. You map out every single possibility. You research every competitor. You game out every potential failure. And all that mental churning, it's exhausting. It literally burns through the energy you need to actually do the work. Now, all this overthinking can sometimes uncover an even deeper issue, which brings us to trap number 5, identity misalignment. This one is so powerful. Let's say your dream is to become a super fit person, but deep down, you see yourself as the lazy one. Well, your brain absolutely hates that conflict. Seriously, your brain will actively fight you. It will find ways to sabotage your efforts, because doing the work, like going to the gym, doesn't align with your core belief about who you are. It's an invisible force holding you back, making sure you stay consistent with your own self-story. And all of these traps, the fear, the waiting, the self-doubt, they're all kind of held together by our final trap. We get addicted to the potential. Talking about the dream, brainstorming the possibilities, it's a rush, it's exciting. The actual work to get there, though, well, that's a completely different feeling. And here's the fundamental battle right here. The idea of success is thrilling. It's full of endless possibility. It just feels good. But the work, the day-to-day grind, that's often slow, boring, and really uncomfortable. And since our brains are basically wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain, it's no surprise we get hooked on the exciting idea and run from the tedious work. So we've walked through the 6 major psychological traps that keep people from acting on their ambitions. The question is, what's the one thing that truly separates the dreamers from the doers? When you boil it all down, it comes to this. Dreaming big is not special. Pretty much everyone has big dreams.
But having the ability to push through all that internal resistance we just talked about, to actually turn that dream into something real, that is what's incredibly rare. And this is the most important thing to remember. The people who succeed aren't always the most talented or the smartest. They're the ones who have built the skill of taking action anyway, even when they're scared, even when they don't feel ready, even when their own brain is telling them to stop. Success is basically a battle against yourself. And that brings it all back to you. As you were listening, did any of those traps ring a bell? Was it that illusion of progress, the fear of failure, maybe that addiction to potential? Because just being able to name the trap, to see it for what it is, that's the first and most powerful step you can take to finally escape it.